Hey guys, it's FallenDice and welcome to my 100 subscriber episode special. We are back at the place where it all began. This is my original little windmill, cabin, hemp farm, all that fun stuff I did way back before I started recording these videos. Um, but I figured it would be a fun way of kind of celebrating my 100 subscribers, which, by the way, I definitely hadn't expected to happen as quickly as it did. This last 3 weeks has been quite a lot of people new to my channel been showing up, and I really want to thank the people responsible for that. First off, the guys over there at the Better Than Wolves forum noticed me a post I had made over on Minecraft forum, and then linked uh, my Let's Play over at the forum there, and kind of got picked up. Also like to thank specifically to MC Crawl, Renivo, and Akatera. Those are three guys that I've always really enjoyed as far as YouTube Let's Players for Minecraft, and uh, they definitely have given me a hand as far as recommending me, talking about me, and I just really want to say I appreciate you guys. Not only are you fun guys to watch, but you guys are really cool as well. So, uh, thank you very much for all the help you guys have given me. Um, and with that, we will get started. And I figured the best way of celebrating my 100 subscribers is to take a walkthrough of the world that you are about to be able to download. If you check down in the description, you will now find a link to download my world. I'd always intended on making that available once I did my first subscriber special, and here we are. So I've been taking the last week or two to finish up a few little projects on the side to kind of make it ready for everybody, and it is now ready. So, uh, yeah, we'll get going. There's my wheat farm, all your normal basic plants, sheep, cows. Um, this wasn't always frozen. This originally was a just a regular uh, the, yeah, whatever they call it, taiga forest, but it wasn't frozen. When the later versions of Minecraft started coming out, of course, it froze. But it was a great starter area because if you check right over here, we got a ravine heading down here, big old crevasse. Underneath there, abandoned mine shaft, so it pretty much gave me everything I needed as far as a place to start. Um, the my basic house, and I watched MC Crawl as he struggled with some of the earlier Better Than Wolves stuff, but man, his house and his windmill looks so much better than mine do. But yeah, you know, I didn't really start recording here until after I did my cabin, so it was just for me. But yeah, so here my really unfurnished starter house. Um, get some mills and things. Down here, headed off into well, there's my first Nether portal, which now I can take to get over to my other my cabin straight through there. Down here heads off to my first slime farm. And over here we've got my very first mob farm and enchantment room. Yeah, good old iron swords to help me kill off all the spiders. And got a good old spider spawner down here. Up top there is my mossy cobble generator, which I'm glad I'm not going to have to really come out here to use that anymore. Basically, go through, hack up all my mossy cobble, replace it, and repeat. Down there is my initial mine, but stuff like that's not the fun stuff, so trip down the initial memory lane complete. Now we will head off to some of my more recent and I'd say cooler things. So, um, a lot of this I'm going to be cutting and pasting as I, go to some of the different areas, especially ones that may take a little bit longer to get to. But we will take the scenic route up to my cabin and just to kind of show where it was in relation to all my original area. Um, the mountaintop that I built my cabin on was not this low to begin with. It actually was almost at build height. So that was one of my first big projects. I basically terraformed it. I dropped the base of the top of the mountain down probably about 20 blocks to be able to build my cabin up here. So up here we see we got my cabin. Over here we got cactus, a later version of my farms. Got the good old reeds, wheat, a nice big pumpkin and melon farm, and then of course my first growing room. I never did get around to automating it, but I did get some lights down here. And I didn't even have it shut off, it was always on. But it was a way for me to grow. And of course my first tree farm, just a nice little to get a couple things. And then I had also put up a windmill, which has long since stopped working because of the rain, but I not really hooked up to anything anymore. So let's go ahead and head over into the cabin and let's give you guys a nice little tour of my home away from home, or my so right off the bat we'll start off. I got my nice big living room, little card table set up in here. Got the big screen TV entertainment center. I really would like someday if they could come out with making wool stairs. That would really be cool as far as furnishing. In addition, I also do plan on putting the Deco add-on for Better Than Wolves once the added block IDs are available, which will also give me some fun, cool stuff to do. Got a nice little dinner area here. Initially, I used to make these with the fence posts, but since they connect into the walls, they didn't look as cool. But the Better Than Wolves table is actually kind of, I like how that looks. You know, it's got a few paintings up there. Little rustic dining room. Here's my kitchen, state of the art. Got some cabinets up top. Couple double faucets into the sinks. That's automatic crafting table, but you know, could be dishwashers or something. I love putting, you know, iron gates on, or iron doors on blocks. Kind of gives a nice refrigerator freezer look. And then got our oven and stove. Over here I have a study. Got the fireplace, which I won't light because I don't want to burn my house down. But it's meant to be a fireplace. I used the half slabs of wool to kind of make a sunk down room, which allowed me to make a nice plush looking couch here with the half slabs, and these are full slabs on the bottom. Nice little library study in the back. Over here, there's just like a little nook heading out into my patio outside. I have two sets of stairs going up and down. We'll show here. This is like the, you got guests coming over, so we've got a nice little bar. You can come back over here, get behind the bar, serve your friends. And actually, the design for the bar, I actually must credit, it was when I was on the MC Schematics server, and I'm drawing a blank on the name. Give me one sec. Sorry about that. Vacarane. He was a moderator on there, and he designed this cool little, you know, just throwing a couple bookshelves on top of a block with the half slabs going around, but it gives it a real cool kind of bar-looking thing. And then, you know, using the trap doors on the side of some wood blocks with some wood pressure plates, kind of, it looks really cool, I think. Outside is our good old patio. So I have a nice little umbrella here above our outdoor barbecue table. Got a little couple barbecue grills over there. What good is a patio without an outdoor hot tub? So yes, we have the nice little hot tub. Cool little roof on there with the wicker and some glass. Come sit down, enjoy it. And then we'll go ahead and head upstairs. And like I said, I just always had fun decorating houses, kind of finding creative, cool little, ways of using the blocks that Mojang provides us with and making something clever out of it. Upstairs is all of our bedrooms, so these are all just some different little bedrooms. Bookshelves, nice little glass table over here. It's kind of a large couch. Here again, got some lamps up there, some storage, a couple bookshelves. It's like a desk, to get some work done. Nice little view of outside. And I tried to kind of, adjust the each of the rooms to have a different floor color. I'd like to be able to kind of make the walls a different color as well, but without making double thick walls, which sometimes doesn't look as well, So I settled with what I could do. Little, cornered couch here. Again, just, different ways of snazzing up the rooms, kind of make them look cool. Another different type of desk that you got over here. And then, of course, we got our master bedroom over here. Take a peek over there. Got our big canopy bed here. A couple couches. Nice, beautiful view of my surrounding area. You can see the cow breeder and harvester as well as my factory. But yeah, so that's my livable area of my cabin. And then, of course, as we head down, instead of getting back off, we'll go further down into the storage part of my cabin. And this was my original storage room. It's where we have, my OCD in full effect. I had to really divide things up. A little bit of diamonds left, tons of lapis, iron, got lots of soul-forged steel, lots of coal and flint, redstone. And a lot of this stuff is just kind of, I've replaced it. I don't use this as much anymore. This is right here is a rapid item transit down to my factory storage. So basically, I open this up, put something inside of here, flip the switch, and you got a steam engine on the back there that turns on, and it pulls everything out of there and routes it through my transport pipes down into the factory. And I have like a racetrack system, which I'll probably go into when I get down there. And it routes it to exactly where it's supposed to go. I don't know if I've ever walked in here with you guys before. What I have of a potion room, which I don't really use many potions. As you've noticed, that is on my list of things to remedy. I do want a nice potion room. I love the way the texture pack made the potion stands. Got little infinite water source up there that I use to fill my cups. This was going to be my original enchanting room, but it's easier to put the enchanting stuff back where you actually get the experience. Over here we got my saw, couple mills, my first stewing pots and crucibles. I still haven't updated my wolf area. They still sit over here and waste all my food, but I'm not too worried because I have lots of food to give them. If we go up in here, you can see it's all the block dispensers are connected, so when one of them produces dung, they all fire and send food up, or zombie flesh, or I can manually do it as well. I do plan on doing a newer version down the road. This is my, I won't say a bridge to nowhere, but my elevator to nowhere. Before I got to my quarry, because I originally designed this cabin when I was only playing Better Than Wolves, so I still needed to go mine. So this was going to be my access down to my mine, way down below. But once I got Better Than BuildCraft and quarries, it wasn't as useful anymore. So it still goes down to the same area where I would have had my mine, but it's cool. If you guys want to go down there and muck around and play, feel free. As you also saw over here, that nether portal, all my nether portals meet up in one space. Well, all my near ones meet up in my nether welcome center. to make for quick travel. Over here, I've got my original pottery setup. And the pottery just came off to the side. Put your clay in over here. Over here was my automatic kiln, and it's stopped in the not very useful position because you can't even see the block dispenser, but it did work. And then of course my first version of Renivo's Soul Urn Bottler. Basically, stick in your soul urns down here, fill these up with ground netherrack, flip the switch, it filters them, the soul urns pop off and get dropped into this hopper, and then you just basically would pick them up afterwards. And let's see, we'll head down here, continue our tour. And down here was going to be my original Nether hub. I don't even know if it's even still lit anymore. Probably is. But this, if I walked into here, puts me into my welcome center, and I keep walking forward, and I go into the portal for my old cabin. This is the factory, and this took me a long time to build. And you probably already started seeing this, but I guess I'll mention right now. I plan on putting annotations in all of the different areas I showed that will link you directly to my episodes where I actually created them. So this here is the welcome center for the factory. For probably episode after episode, this was a ginormous cavern. As I built stuff above it, I just didn't know what to do with it. And I finally decided to kind of make it into my little Zen garden of peace where I could just hang out and relax. And I ended up a lot of videos started and ended in here just because it was cool. Over here, I got this glass tube, and you can see all the different items from my automatic factories coming down here. They're all connected, all my floors up here, into this one pipe where they then come down here, and then down on the bottom floor it's all routed again via my racetrack to the different areas. So we'll go ahead, and I think we'll show them off in the order that we created them. So my very first factory that I created, and I apologize right now because my lag is probably getting pretty bad, but this area of my world has a lot of lag. I used a ton of pistons, a ton of block dispensers, a ton of things that use that cause lag. So. And can't see the end because I am using only medium view distance. It helps me a little bit. But this was my very first wheat farm. And if we head over here, you can see that down in the middle there's one spot there. If I place a pressure plate and step on it, over here, these are all pistons attached to here that lifts up, water comes out, and it pushes all my wheat down to the center trough, where it then hits this water stream, and basically as I stand there, this entire thing, which probably about 5 or 6 stacks worth of wheat, come down and completely lag my world. I recommend if you download my world to try it at least once. It's kind of fun. You'll get a couple that get hung up in the middle because of this walkway, but it's still pretty cool. Then my first automations. The first one was my my automatic sugarcane farm, reed farm sugarcane. So you can see at the very top, if it detects growth above it, it powers these pistons, and I'll take a quick glance back there, but I got all kinds of redstone circuitry to allow it to not detect it being out there and keep it extended, but everything gets dropped into this water and heads down to that pipe I showed you earlier. We have pumpkins over here and melons over here, and the way this works is whenever either one of these fires, it will also fire off the melon farms. Apparently I got some water issues where water's killing the spot where the watermelon and pumpkins grow. But I have so many pumpkins and watermelons that I really don't worry about this. This is just kind of something that I go and visit to every now and then just because it's kind of cool. Old timing circuit. I can definitely do these better now, but you know, this is how I did it back in the day, and I don't really see a reason to go back and do a lot of work to update some of these things because, as I said, I don't really need them anymore. They are just cool projects. And now we will head upstairs, moving along. This set part of my LP took me a little while, just the factory, because I was doing the different farms, you know, as I went. Here we got my automatic hemp farms, and as you can see, I have 8 of these. I have a ridiculous amount of hemp. And it works in the exact same as my other one. When it detects one at that last block, it will eject it. At this point, I had gotten more into the better than BuildCraft part, so I'm now using obsidian pipes to collect all of my drops as opposed to water troughs going down the middle. Um, Head back here, kind of show this off a little bit. It's a little bit different now. I don't have as much craziness with the redstone. We're actually using timing circuits with the block dispensers, having to do with you know, full blocks not there, connecting the circuit. Again, you know, feel free to click on all my annotations because on my builds I very much go into how things are built and why things were built, and I like to think that anyone watching would be able to reproduce what I've done. You know, not saying it's going to be simple and easy, but my goal in my LP is to take and build epic and grand projects, but to try to do them in a compact and simpler way, as simple as I possibly can. Over here, this is my automatic log factory, and I did this one just because I wanted to. And right now it's turned off, but inside here we've got saplings, and if I were to jump up in front of there, it would plant a sapling. When the tree grows, this detects it, and at that time there's another block dispenser below here which sucks in the grass block. The saw cuts all of the wood, which drops into the water on that small delay ends. It then puts that block back out and then replants another sapling. So basically, you see I got some saplings over there, but this was my way of harvesting logs, not planks. And again, automatic. I wanted stuff that I could just leave and it would just go as long as I was logged in. It would continue to do it, and you know, it may not have produced a lot in rapid pace, but it produced a lot. And then over here is my cactus farm, which does produce a lot in a rapid rate. Wow, this thing was way bigger than it needed to be. As you can see, sugarcane does not destroy cactus. You can plant sugarcane next to cactus and the cactus will still grow. So by doing that, I was able to put a sand block on top of the sugarcane and able to place a block or a cactus on every single block in a row, which pretty much doubled the yield of a typical cactus farm. In addition, it looks kind of cool. Just even looking through the window, you can it's a lot of cactus. And this is another one of those plants that just produces ridiculous amounts. I will never ever need another cactus again. But that is the upstairs. So all my stuff's produced over here, goes into that nice little um, pipe and ends up down here. And yeah, this is a insane amount of storage. Here's where all my items come down into here, and then we'll head back to where my I have access down into this storage area down here. And I do have some more ideas of stuff to do in here, but I kind of started wanting to get away a little bit more because of all of the lag I was getting. But eventually there's a couple other things I need to add in here. So this track goes completely around here in a full circle. Items get in here, and at the different areas where they belong, you'll see I want all of these items to go up there. Why is it going to the white? Oh, because this is, I'm right underneath one of my storage areas. Gotcha. So it goes up there, and then if we head up there and take a peek inside here, this is right where we were. Once it gets up to here, it separates it more. Red, blue, green, yellow. And then if you go over here, it separates it even more. So basically, as soon as things get in the track, they will get routed to the actual chest that I want them to go to. And I didn't ever get around to finishing up this. This is kind of like, I have the ability to, but I never actually labeled it all, because that is going to be quite the project. But, you know, if you want to play in here, feel free to. But as you can see, you know, I got soul urns going to the left, ground netherrack to the right. You know, and I basically, if I want a vase, I just come over here. There's a vase. If I want a crucible, there's crucible. And it automatically does it. Fully automated storage. I was kind of proud of that one. This is my current pottery room, which I am really, really, really proud of. I really liked how this turned out. Over here is my milling area. And I think this looks pretty cool too. But you see I have 9 mills. Underneath here I've got water coming down, taking everything to this corner. So you basically open it up, put what you want inside of there. We have our on-off switch right here. So we'll turn that off. And then all the items get routed, like everything else in my factory here. It all gets routed to where it's supposed to go. If it happens to be ground netherrack, it actually comes over here. And it will end up in one of these 2 chests, so that I can easily grab them, stock my soul urn facility here, which does everything automatically now. It's the same setup as before. I just don't have to actually manually move things. Other than to take it out of the chest. I could probably do something automatic, but it wouldn't have looked as good. And I like aesthetics. I like things to look nice, and having a bunch of pipes sticking out the side would have it would have bothered me, and my OCD would not have let me do it. So a little bit of work isn't too bad. Over here, this is my pottery system. Whatever I want to make, all I got to do is flip a switch. As soon as I flip the planter, this will automatically throw out clay, and at the exact amount of time, that block will push it off into my obsidian pipe, and it will get routed directly over to here, into that block dispenser, which will then feed my my kiln. And that's how I turn my kiln on and off. That's how I turn my soul urn bottler on and off. And we'll head back there and show you this. But this was another couple episodes project, but it turned out really, really nice. Sorry about that. My phone is making noise. Here is my system for pottery. Whichever one is selected comes down into here. I have turntables, feeding, and gates, and basically depending on which one I do is gonna at different speeds fill this up, and then using half slabs and full slabs, I decide when it will actually power this line, which ejects the pottery and sends in a fresh unfired piece into it. So it's not overly complicated. It's not as compact as I like, but I think it's a real nice, simple, convenient setup. In addition to that, so everything coming out of there drops down here. On its way up, my clay balls will then go through the green pipe and go straight back into the block dispenser here, just like that, to be used to fire new clay. All my unfired stuff goes across the top over here, and like I said, goes straight into this block dispenser to get converted into fired pottery. And over here, I had to be a little creative because of fitting the pottery redstone in. And I'm not going to go into all the redstone again, like I said, because of the annotations. If you're interested in these, please click on those and check out those episodes. That is my pottery setup here. Again, I love how it looks, and I love the simplicity of using it. You know, like I said, one switch to turn on the pottery part, and then just tell the kiln to work, and boom, you come over here, go to the the correct storage container and pick up your item. Let's go ahead and head up now because we're going to move on. Our next thing we're going to show off, I think, is going to be... And actually, let me go sleep here real fast. I'll be right back. And we're back. And over here, now you look up there, this was my original... Oh, got nice little chunk errors. Ah, gotta love that. This was my quarry. And it was 4 large quarries that I basically connected and my original small one over here. And this one pretty much is kind of like a slime farm. And what I did is we head down there, and as you can still see, I've got some of my chests, actually all my chests left over from when this was a quarry, and I sorted them out. So this is now what I have in these chests. But each one of these, and we'll head up there into one of these. This is my my mob farm. So up here, redstoning, heading into all. This is my center area. Can't really see much because it's all closed up. I haven't really been in here much recently, but I can head down into here. And there's more to see over here. So underneath we have all 4 of them. Got the drop zone. You can see one dropping down here and hitting that. This is a selectable farm. I can actually use this for both experience and just drops. Right now it's a switch at the base, but I eventually want to make a switch over there that controls all 4 of them at once. So you flip that switch and the floor will actually raise up 1 level. This piston will retract and then the water will come in from a higher area. And then they all, of course, head down here. I still have this on because there used to not be a roof here. And it was for when I was playing with the experience part. I didn't want the mobs getting killed on the trip down. We'll go ahead and head inside. Ow, well, that hurt. Yeah, as you can see, so I got the pistons down here. That piston goes out, and this one goes up, and then it allows the water to flow up there. Here's access to get down. Eventually, this entire floor will be covered with half slabs of the stone because it just looks nicer. And the reason for the half slabs is I have a lot of slime chunks in here. A lot of slime chunks. Wow, that's more chunk errors. So I had to do this to prevent the slimes from interfering with the spawn rates for my farm here. This is all I have in here right now. Eventually we're going to be putting a bunch of chests along the wall here, routing the items into it. Right now we just got, like, you know, zombie flesh using the directional. Arrows, bones, and then everything else comes over here if I get any of the drops. Right now, of course, I haven't updated into 3.71 yet because of the Optifine issue. Once that's taken care of, then I will, and then we'll start getting like the swords and stuff from here as well. And we're back to the factory, and every factory needs power. So that's probably like my least pretty building is this, my power plant. I built it into this mountainous thing. But we'll head in there and show this thing off now. Nice little waiting room, couple good cool looking paintings. Over here is the selection room, and it has the ability as I add more engines to do more things. Right now I have to power my quarry and then to power my lasers for my assembly. I have 8 combustion engines powering the lasers for my assembly table to allow me to make my chipsets and things quickly because I use a lot of them. This will eventually be another engine room, but here is my lasers and my assembly table. I have 2 assembly tables for the purpose of when something's created, it automatically gets thrown out unless there's something else that has a storage area in it, and then it goes into there. So what we can do is, say we decide to, I don't have any power so I can't, say we decide to make a golden or diamond and gate. Um, First of all, we need a diamond chip set. So I can come over here and tell it to make a diamond chip. Actually, I think the reason is probably because I'd have no redstone. There we go. So we'll come over here, toss that in here. Yep, there we go. So let's say we want to make a, an iron chipset. Oh, and we're actually, do I leave this on? Oh, it had some leftover power left in it, I think. So I don't think I have them on. Yeah, it's got to be leftover power. Okay. But yeah, so we select, say the diamond chipset. When it's done, it's going to pop into this one. So over here, I could then tell it I wanted to make a diamond gate. So it'll actually do both of these things without needing any pipes or anything like that. I just have those two selected, leave it running, go off and do other stuff, come back an hour later and have a nice half stack of diamond chipsets. Well, not that fast, but but yeah, no fuss, no muss. This is just how I powered my lasers. Got some more stuff upstairs there. So let's go ahead and move on to the actual power. And this was another long project. First off, designing how I wanted to do the room in here, as well as the actual power plants themselves. And then there was the whole issue with safety, making it so they couldn't blow up. So this is a single engine room. And I plan on eventually as I do more stuff up here, I plan on doing more of these, but each one would have 12 engines. 3 banks of 4 engines each. One pipe can bring in water for 2 engines. And that was because you could only cool or you could only send enough volume of water through one pipe to cool 2 combustion engines. If I went any more, it would actually use up the water and we'd have the danger of exploding engines. I haven't experimented with the high volume, or I forget what they call them, but there's a new type of waterproof pipe that apparently is supposed to be able to allow more fluids to pass through. So I may go back and revisit this at a later time. But you see there's all kinds of pipes on top of my conductive pipe here, the red, blue, green, and yellow. And that is part of my safety. Over here is my coolant area. And I have my one engine, because it's not about the amount of power, it was about the amount of fluids you could send through a single engine. So I was powering 2 pumps with the infinite water sources there, and each one of those, and then that allowed you to run 4 water pipes on there. One of them actually cools this off, the other ones run to my engines over there and some engines over here. That's got to be a block error because I never had access to outside. We'll check that out in a sec. So yeah, anyway. So, if you look over here at this gate, it's saying that it's going to, as long as there's a red pipe signal and a yellow pipe signal, that we're going to give it power. And the yellow pipe signal comes from here, and as long as there's a red and not a green, it'll send the yellow. The reason why we'd get a green is if this engine's red. So this will be on as long as it's not overheating and as long as it's getting a red signal. That red signal comes from way over there. If any one of my switches in the control room are turned on, it will send power over here. In addition, as long as this is green, it's going to send a blue pipe signal. That will go back to all the power plant engines. They will only run as long as the water engine is in a blue or green state. So it actually takes a while for them to warm up, but once it gets to that point, once it stands green, those engines can be powered on. If at any point it goes yellow because of a water issue, those will instantly shut off. So that prevents me from ever overheating because of a lack of water. As long as this thing's green, and it'll go probably red before any of the other ones with a water issue, those ones cannot blow up. Over here, this is our fuel storage room. And over here is our refinery. And of course we have our oil coming in from over here. Lots of oil stacked up. I pretty much emptied out another oil well, but I haven't been doing a lot up here, so I just been running off of the fuel that I had. Over here we got the nice little switch here. You flip that, oil gets pumped up, fills up both of our refineries, and then we have again the water coming in from over there will cool these off. One water for 2 engines. And then you flip these switches on, and of course with two combustion engines, it is really fast. It then takes the fuel, and sorry, that those aren't water pipes. The water pipes are behind. These are fuel pipes. The fuel comes out, keeps these full, and then sends it up, and it goes over into the next room where it gets stored. And of course, I got my water back here. And apparently, we have had a no, we haven't had a problem. We have a chunk error. Wow. I didn't know they did chunk errors on single player. Interesting. That or I had one heck of an explosion. Nope, I see blocks there. Alright, that's interesting. But anyway, water comes from over here. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see that you got the water up there. It comes from another infinite water source over here. Down below we've got piping to take the fuel from the different pumps into each other, as well as over to there. I don't want to spend too much time in my the power plant. Just just wanted to kind of show the basics. Again, annotations. If you really want to see how all this works, you can kind of check that out. But this is how all the water gets sent through all the different areas, routing it to the different engine plants. Fuel coming from over there. It was quite the project. And then of course over here, when we turn on those switches, it powers some lamps down there, which then the piping detects. Got gates there that the gates detect, sends pipe signals over. And you can see they have the different colors. So if the one of them's turned on, it sends a yellow. One of them sends a green. One of them sends the red. And that will tell which of these engines over here gets turned on. And then of course, if any of them are turned on, there's a gate that sends that red signal as well over to here. Alright, wow. Man, it's so much I've built. It's like I'm hoping this doesn't turn into a marathon episode. I really, I want to show everything off, and I'm trying not to spend too much time on anything, but yep. So that is the power plant. And then finally here is our glue factory. Our glue and beef. This is a Bathasay design. Oh, good grief. Alright, I gotta log out. This one is not gonna work. I'll be right back. Alright, here we are. So this design is Bathasay's. And if any one of you are subscribed to Bathasay, you will definitely recognize his cow breeding pen. So, we got the 2 dispensers up there feeding all of our cows. And instead of using hoppers, I've got nice little piping. So over here, if I have wheat come down, it gets routed into here. If I have seeds come down, they get routed over to the side where I have a bunch, and I mean a bunch. Whoa, dang it. Am I gonna have to break something? I am. Dang it. I have a bunch of chests. I'll fix that later. I intend to have a bunch of chests. I have a bunch of seeds though. Eventually this will be stacked up, but I didn't really need it at the moment. So lots of seeds. Once the cows breed, the little baby cows, the calves, get dropped down, and they get into a set of locks. Locks being the nautical term for a way of moving ships over land, sometimes even up. So they come over here. I have timing circuits set up so that, of course, the bottom one will go off first. When it goes off, it kills all the mature cows. It pops up at the same time this one goes down. Baby calves go into here for 5 minutes. As they get older, these come down here. So basically, there's 20 minutes in total to get down to the slaughter part. 5 minutes in each stage. By the time they're down, they're fully grown. The 5 minutes corresponds to the 5-minute breeding cycle up top. So everything's on the same timer. I can kind of, well, let me show you this first. We'll get back to the timer in a sec. All of our lovely little drops, and there's my mechanical power, get routed through here, and I have, once again, my automatic storage. So this is all leather. Lots and lots of leather. Not anything there yet. Then over here, we've got beef. Lots and lots of beef. These two turn on. One turns on the stewing pots. One turns on the stoked. So this was how I was able to get my tallow for all of my mining charges that I made. Got some cooked beef in there too. And then over here I have another rapid item transport. So I can put whatever I want in here, flip that lever, and it automatically ends up in my factory storage. So this is how I can, take everything in here and then move it over. So I promised you timing, so I will take you to the timing. Back here, this is set up on a timer over here. I used this as a way, this was the way I was able to get a little extra timing in, because it would come over here and it would stop this, and I think I have it turned off right now, which is why I'm not getting any cows being born, but it would delay it, and then right before it completely shut off the turntable, it would move to the next spot and then turn it back on. So it gave me a little bit extra, more of a delay. So instead of having 4 seconds, it was 5 seconds, which kind of made it easier for my timing. And then over here, I've got a ton of half slabs, and then finally a full slab. So this gives me 5 minutes of timing right here, with lots of redstone. And then down here we have the buddy block, which once it receives power from, it's on a turntable actually, by the way, so when it's moving it's going to be sending out a signal, and it's going this way. So eventually it gets to this point where it sends the signal with a whole bunch of delays that come over to RS NOR latch and turn off the turntable down below by sending power into it. And the reason for all the delays is so that it's able to move one more and stop here. Otherwise, it would be permanently turned off once again as soon as the thing started to move, because we're on our slowest section, and that would be bad. So that gives us a nice long drop on the pistons, so that most of our cows, and I say most because I need bigger pens, but at this point I'm kind of stuck with what I have. But it allows them to move through before it goes back up. So that is that, but no tour of my cow breeding / harvest facility would be complete without a tour of the wheat farms. And we have no wheat because I think I ran out of seeds, and I know where there's a lot of seeds to get, but yep, so we are. So basically, we once again have some nice lovely timing circuits over here. Some more RS NOR latches and all kinds of fun complicated redstone, which again, if you are interested, please click the annotation and go check it out. But the way this works is every 5 minutes, once again we like that not every 5 minutes, every 5 minutes it sends a signal up to here to that one, and then after a bunch of circuits through on this one, we finally get the full slab, and this gives us a 30-minute timer. So our 30-minute timer, when it goes off, I have a nice super long delay here, but the reason for that is when it turns on, it's going to open up and let water flow out, and the water will flow for the entire length of this set of repeaters, at which case it will turn off. And then 14 seconds later, the last bit of water will end up at the end, and in that amount of time, every single piece of wheat on all 3 levels, because these are terraced. I think that's the right word I want. So it comes over to this side, drops down, then it goes over to here, drops down over to here, and then everything collects down here. And at the time then the last one goes and the water's done, it then sends a pulse which will feed all of our block dispensers, and they will instantly plant 200 and some things of wheat. Boom! And then it will start the timer again. So basically every 30 minutes it will harvest all of this wheat, and then all of that wheat gets routed over to here, and it drops down this nice little hole, and right underneath here is where our dispensers are for the cow breeding. And of course the seeds get routed to our chests, and it just continues over and over as long as I have seeds inside here, which at some point I'm gonna have to go back. I think before I take my final save here, I'll probably go and fill all these up just so that you can play with it if you like. And I think that's everything over here. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else. Alright, so with that, it's time to go to the Nether. So, we'll see you in a sec. And here we are. If you look at the mini-map, you'll see that I'm basically behind me is the factory, and up there is the cabin. This was my initial entrance point into the Nether, to my nice Nether welcome center. Once we pop through here, I said you look across the way. And actually, that's right. I turned the output ones up there because I like to be able to go back and forth. This here goes to my cabin storage room. And this one here goes to my factory storage room. So it allowed me to go back and forth between the two storage areas, which is where I did most of my reason for traveling through the Nether, was just to shorten that trip. Up here, this is the one this is the one that went to the log cabin main Nether portal, what it used to be that. And like I said, straight across from here is the first house slime farm spider farm portal. So nice little quick, and it looked cool, centered on my area here. Got some lava dropping down and a nice little view. This eventually is going to be my rail cart system for the Nether, because everything that I did up to this point now is a little bit further away. So I want a nice rail cart system to take me to all those cool areas. So let's see which direction we want to go. We'll start this way. And some of the things are actually pretty close, so I don't have to stop recording, because basically as soon as I get to the bottom here, we'll be over at the jungle. And I haven't really done anything with the jungle yet. I do plan on it. Again, lots of projects. Got, 34 episodes. Actually, this is 35, but I don't know if I'm... Yeah, we'll call it episode 35. It deserves to be numbered. So this leads to my cool area where I plan on building my my jungle Swiss Family Robinson style houses. So as we come out here, we got a nice oasis and stuff down here. Oh, wow, I got some nice little leg going right now. I built it up there to kind of nice distance away from everything, but as you can see from the mini-map, there's all kinds of water areas over here, lots of super tall trees, so it makes for, I think it'll make for a cool jungle area. Alright, we'll head back in and I'll be right back. Alright, so behind me is the jungle, welcome center, and now we got Blaze Farm and Question. I can probably fix that now, as that is my current project, but heading a lot further down this way is where my Blaze Farm and stuff is, so I will save you the trip, and I will see you there. And as we exit the cave, we have the lovely building that I constructed for this. Very sarcastic, lovely, just a straight up brick box. But yeah, originally this was just the normal path, pathways leading over to good old Blaze spawner. We'll head downstairs to show the actual collection room, and played around a little bit with textures, trying to contrast and things. It didn't turn out too bad. So over here is the nice little enchanting room, and reason why I have too high is this level only got one level of books, this one got two. So going into here, you could get the max of 50, and then down here you only have a max of 25. So without having a bunch of switches and stuff, it just was simple. And this, by the way, is very much Etho's design. I followed it to the letter, to the T, exactly as he built it. But I will still link the annotation of my my efforts at building this, so you can go check it out. and that just kind of takes you down to the ground underneath it. More of what it originally looked like. And now we'll head over to my current project. And like I said, this is what I'm actually working on right now. And it's a bit of a project, I will admit that. I always fall for that. I'm gonna put a wall up here so I stop doing that. I have a second spawner there, but I never did anything with it. And then over here, you'll start to see what I am working on. Got some cobblestone there. This is my latest quarry. This used to be a whole bunch of Nether fortress, and it now is empty. And we're actually on the second half, or second quarter of this. This is going to be 4 of the as large a quarry as you can possibly build. Just kind of like what I did for my mob trap up there. And I intend on doing a really cool, I think, design for a zombie pigman farm, because I need the gold. I wish you would drain. I hate how slow lava goes down. Anyway, so it'll be a really cool design for zombie pigman farm, similar to kind of my Enderman farm design, but different. And then also like some other stuff on the outside, doing like bloodwood farms and some regular other types of farms up here and stuff. We'll head up top here, and I just had to splice there. I ran out of room on my hard drive. I'd forgotten to get rid of the files from my previous episode. So anyway, up we head. Show off my. I don't know if I'll be temporary or not, but you can see this is the scale of what this is going to be. That's 1/4 of how big this area is going to be. Number 2 is in the process of getting taken care of. And then we'll head over here. Storage chest right now. Oh goodness, am I already out of space? Oh, wow. Oh, what the, oh, yes, I'm out of space. Wow, that's a lot of netherrack. Alright, well, when I'm done here, I'm gonna have to come in and add some more chests. um, so yeah, we got some generated power coming from here. We have a pump pumping our lava from downstairs. Comes up, feeds all those. All of these gates are set. The one right next to it says if it's got a redstone or a red engine, it will send a blue signal. It's looking for a red pipe signal to power. So over here, if it's powered, it'll send a red pipe signal as well as it's an AND if there's no blue signal. So that's on all these. So as soon as they hit the orange energy, or sorry, not orange, red energy on there, they will actually turn themselves off, and then they'll stay off up until they're cooled back to blue, and then they turn back on again. Without any coolant, it's about the best we can do. Then over here's a new mill. I have a windmill on the back side over there powering these, so I can actually mill all my netherrack over here. And then also over here I've got a crucible. I can stoke the fire, turn it on right here, and then once we get my netherrack bottling thing over here, I can start bottling my soul urns, and the hellfire dust will then be able to turn into concentrated hellfire, and one of those along with I forget the recipe, but those along with a gold nugget will give me redstone, and I can now start to get my redstone back. Again, we are moving on, and I think I'll see you back at the Nether Welcome Center. And we are back at the Nether Welcome Center. And so we've got the Mushroom Island, Stronghold, and the End. And I don't have the sign for it yet, but we also have my NPC portal, or NPC village. So, I think we don't need to head to the Mushroom Island, as I've not actually built anything there. Kind of like the jungle. It's a future project in mind, but for now it basically consists of a portal. So we'll head over here, and we'll head off to the End. And I guess I probably could have just said, I'll meet you at the end, but I'm kind of showing where all the different portals and things are, just, you know, for ease of, you know, traversing when you actually get there. So I haven't done a lot in the stronghold. I have a lot of um, building materials I could harvest if I so chose to. Over here is a good old portal room. I never did replace the obsidian that I placed there. If you watch my end episodes, you'll see that I came with a lot of obsidian. I had one of my large quarries, had a lot of lava and water flowing in, so I ended up with almost a half a chest of obsidian. But yep, let's head off to the end. Um, Not much on the island itself. Got the good old portal there, and this was just kind of, hey, here's where my spawning area is. And then we got the good old minecart. Turn her on, and now we get to see my Enderman farm as it slowly comes into view. And this is based off of JL, I forget what his name is, but it's one of the guys Doc M talks about. And then, of course, Doc M made one as well. The design for the building itself, though, that was mine. I came up with a different idea for how I wanted to have my chests and storage and stuff like that. So you can see these farms work amazing. Yeah, this is where I come to do all my enchanting now. Charlie, how are you doing? That is my snowman named Charlie. I just have to make sure that I keep this door shut, because when he walks in there, his snow makes it so uh, my enchanting room doesn't work at full effect. Not a good thing. Lots of chests just to put all my nice little ender pearls in. Got stacks of these now. Alright, and then we got a nice little waterfall leading us over into our collection area. And this is basically, you just run around, single hit kill, they're all single hit kill, and you cannot kill them fast enough. They replace faster than you can kill them, so then you just run around collecting it, and I can basically get from 0 to level 50 in about 5 minutes, which is pretty darn impressive. Of course, it won't really mean as much here once the Mojang changes the whole enchanting thing. You can see I'm already up to level 13. What I may choose to do is maybe put like some obsidian pipe with some engines underneath here, and then I can just let them fall to their death. Which, unfortunately, yeah. If I drop this down right now, unfortunately, they will all, I think, be able to get away. No, they won't. Sorry, I forget. They can't. They're 3 high. All right, so now I can kill them all, but all the ones that drop down now will actually die. That way, I can actually clear out the space here. Yeah, there we go. That's a good idea. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead to having all these guys dead, and then I'll be right back. Alright, and of course they're all dead. Now we can just kind of walk down the middle, collecting all of our ender pearls. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so with the new way that dragon orbs drop with better than wolves, I can definitely at some point maybe think of coming in here and automating this to collect all the experience, because as fast as these guys drop, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Here's the redstone underneath for the pistons to change the floor from kill level to experience. And then of course, you can take this to come up here. Bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're dead now. Every now and then they'll somehow teleport out to where they're not supposed to be. And if I got rid of this, they wouldn't be able to. But this is the access for getting up to my the construction part of this. So when I want to add more layers to this, let me skip ahead to we're up here. All right, and as you can see, this is how we prevent them from taking inconsistent damage. They all, no matter what level, starting at the bottom level all the way up, have to pass through those vines, which slows them down and makes sure they all have the same exact drop. The way the trap works is they land on these pressure plates, which powers the pistons, and then drops them into the path where they fall down. and it's got quite a few levels up there. I just kind of add, whenever I get bored, I'll come back in and add another level or two. Each time, and that made sense back when we needed to get to 50, but unfortunately, I won't do it ever again because I'm not ever going to need it. But anyway, all right, I'm going to head back down, and I'll see you back on the road to our next area. All right, back up to our welcome center, and the last thing to really check out. We are almost done with our tour here. We just got to go a little ways up here, but we have my portal going to my NPC village. So let me head over there, and I will see you in a sec. All right, here we go. Last area, and this is where I completed my most recent project. So if you watch me already, you definitely know what's coming here already. Oh, nighttime, that's what's coming. I already see my trusty golem up there protecting my villagers. And it's actually a pretty big village. I was actually surprised at how large this one was. You can see from the mini-map it stretches on quite a ways. Lots of buildings, lots of doors, lots of villagers. Got a lot of them locked up to keep them from getting killed just in case. Nice little water wheel over here, which is providing power to where we're heading next, which is our sheep shearing farm. And this is again one of those projects where I wanted to do something different and unique. And my nice little quick way down. Boo! Yeah, so pretty much whatever color of wool you want, all you gotta do is flip a switch. And did I leave you on? That's not a good thing. Do I have any sheep coming? I hope I don't have one already en route. That would be bad to have him get stuck somewhere else. Okay. Alright. Well, anyway, so you see here, all my sheep are on rail carts in specific areas. Whenever we flip one of those switches there, it routes the sheep into the system here. Got lots of cool, fun redstone underground here, having to do with the timing, switching, sending more when the first one comes back. Again, all of this, if you're interested, go ahead and click the annotation and it will take you to the 4 episodes it took me to build this one. This one was a very, very large project. But, well, so I saw a creeper for a sec. Oh man, give me a heart attack. Last thing I want to see is a creeper down here. Oh boy. So, anyway, we'll flip this switch here and collect some cool wool. I don't know why I feel like that one's pink. I was going to say, I feel like pink, and I was about to go for, I guess it's violet. Yeah, we'll go with some pink wool. Head over here. Should see a sheep come in. I think it comes down this. Yep, there we go. Here he comes. Hey, buddy. Goes inside there. Poof. No more wool. And we're already routing it up into collection. Cool thing is the extra couple strings come over here. And as we get enough string, it gets converted to wool. If you have dye in here, enough wool gets converted to the color you want. So, yeah, that is all of my my cool projects. I'll make sure he gets back. Key thing about this is when you turn off the selection of the wool type, it also stops routing them back to their proper pen, which can be a bad thing. So always make sure we turn off the on-off switch first, and then we turn off the selectable switch. So yeah, that's everything. That is all of my current projects, or I should say all of my my cool little projects, my my labor of love. So with that, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Especially want to thank everyone that subscribed to me. 100 subscribers again. That is huge, and I really appreciate every single person that subscribed to me. You guys have been great. Lots of comments, tips, things and stuff when I when I do silly things I don't know. And of course, just enjoying some of the humor of me as I struggled my way through the trees, learning all the different types of things for Better Than Wolf. It's been a ton of fun, and obviously it's not over. Um, so yeah, with that, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like if you enjoyed this, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Even some like cool new projects and stuff. For what you'd like to see me do. I have an entire Word document filled up with my plans for things that I want to do. But ah, let me know. Maybe you got something in mind that I hadn't thought of, and I can try and, find a way of working it in. And then, of course, subscribe. If you haven't already, if this is the first time you're seeing my channel, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked what I do here. And if you did, give me a subscription. That way you'll be uh, notified whenever my future episodes come out. And, better than BuildCraft or tutorials or just, showing off some of my cool stuff. So. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.